My name is Dr. Jordan, and the nervous system is my jam, and that's what I like to talk about. I was having a conversation with somebody. We were talking a lot about the nervous system, and he had a lot of questions on how to heal his nervous system, what's going on with his nervous system, what even is his nervous system. And I thought this would be an excellent time to touch on all of that. So our nervous system is composed of our brain, our spinal cord, and all the nerves that come out of our spinal cord. This is basically like the electrical system in our bodies. And it tells our body how to do every single function. So how to live, how to eat, how to breathe, how to tell our heart to beat. And it does most of this stuff automatically without thinking. Our nervous system has two parts. It has a sympathetic part, which is your fight or flight, and it has a parasympathetic part, which is your calm and relaxed. Now, we are supposed to be able to go in between your fight or flight and your calm and relaxed really easily. That tells me that your body is doing a good job. Your nervous system is adapting to your environment. The problem is that when you do too many things for too long of a period of time that are putting you into stress, you activate your sympathetic nervous system long term. Now, another interesting part of this conversation that I was having was that he had recently gone sober and stopped drinking about a year ago. And I love this, and I find this so interesting because I've noticed a lot of people in my close circle, or a lot of people that I'm interacting with, have also done the same. I committed to doing that about 90 days ago, give or take, maybe a little bit longer now, and I haven't had a sip, and I've been feeling really good. And the same story comes from everybody. I've been feeling really good physically, but up here, people are actually feeling worse at first. And this is funny, and it's also ironic, right? Because we stop drinking because it's a neurotoxin, it's a coping mechanism, it's causing us to gain weight, make bad choices. There's a whole slew of reasons why people stop. But one of the things that nobody really talks about is that when you first stop, what actually happens is that your nervous system doesn't feel safe with that choice. And this is why. When you have a hard day, what do people do? Oh, I need a drink. Oh, you have a tough conversation, I need a drink. Or you have to have a tough conversation, I need a drink. Oh, I'm really stressed out, I need a drink. It is a coping mechanism for a lot of people who are under stress. You take away a coping mechanism and your nervous system no longer feels safe because it has to actually deal with the things instead of coping and throwing them on the wayside. It's really interesting and kind of backhanded and confusing, right? Because you would think that stopping drinking fixes problems, and it does eventually. But in the beginning, it makes things more challenging. If you decided to stop drinking, or if you decided to be brave enough to make that jump, you should be really proud of yourself, because I know that it's not easy. I'm living it right now. Anytime there's a hard day and you choose not to drink, these are micro wins. Our nervous system needs to feel safe to be able to regulate itself. When you don't feel safe, you can't regulate. In the short term, taking away a coping mechanism is going to dysregulate your nervous system. And how do we combat that? We do micro things, micro wins that help us feel safe again. So maybe there's a couple options with this. The first thing is that when you feel a stressful situation and you don't drink, reward yourself for that. Openly acknowledge it, because that's creating proof that you're capable of handling it. Another thing you could do is create a different habit. You feel stressed out, maybe go for a walk instead. Call a loved one and just breathe. Creating new habits and new neural pathways and new ways to regulate yourself is going to be the ultimate hack here. And I promise you, if you're on this journey alongside of me, you're going to thank yourself in the long run, and you're not going to regret not giving up on this. All of our nervous system health is based on being able to regulate. And we're going to be faced with challenges every single day that we have to choose between. Are we going to regulate, or are we going to fall into old patterns? The pattern of choosing to regulate is a way harder pattern to choose. But when you choose it on a small and consistent basis, your life gets to change. A lot of coaches and a lot of therapists and a lot of people, family members, they tell you when you're going through a hard time to avoid the hard time. Don't do the things that are challenging. Just stay comfortable. And that advice sucks. It sucks because what it's doing is two things. It's a double-edged sword, and they're both bad. One thing that it's doing is, first of all, never teaching you to face your fears and face challenges. So you're never going to get where you want to go, you're never going to excel. And that's going to make you feel flat and stagnant, which can lead to other mental health disorders. But the other problem is that not facing your fear teaches your nervous system that you need to flight when something challenging comes up. So anytime that you feel a little pressure from the outside, you flight instead of facing it head on. That creates more dis-ease and more lack of safety. It doesn't make any sense. What you need to do when you feel a thing that feels challenging is you need to sit in it. Maybe you have a job that you need to do that you don't want to do, or a task that you don't want to do. But when you sit in that, that's what changes everything. Remember that the point of this isn't to be perfect, but it's to regulate through the hard shit.